My beloved ones, as you already know, this is a pivotal time. It is a time for your awakening to awareness of what the world is, that you might be making full conscious choices and thus creating the world of love for which your hearts are longing. This world is a reflection, in essence, of what stands between you and me. It is the expression and images and experience of your journey home. When you are ready to let go of your resistance to love, to open and to be penetrated by this grace and this promise, this ecstasy and this joy, then that which is made manifest through your hearts will be expression and the images of the world of our reunion. This world is created by the power of unity, of love, of consciousness made manifest and granting you the ability to see yourself, heart and consciousness, before you as the world you live in and as your experiences, whether they are born of the belief in separation from me, or whether they come forth in celebration of our union and the reality of one love. You are standing on the turning point, the awakening into full awareness of what this world is. The fact that there are so many different experiences, so many realities, is simply because each person is on his or her own journey home. Each one is presenting his or her heart's belief that they might become aware of what is within them and make the choice to return home to love. You who are gathering the forces of your heart are already aware that something profound is happening. This is a time when all the forces of God are here to assist you to make this turn and to bring into full awareness the mechanism that creates the world, that you might create it consciously with love. Your blossoming awareness may then come forth to bless and magnetize the consciousness of others and the awakening of other hearts. When you recognize that the world is a gift, it is a growing of the awareness of what lies within as barriers to love. Then there is no reason to attempt to correct the world. There is only the journey of the heart, because you are standing on this threshold with all the forces of love aligned with you. You have the ability to not only make the awakening conscious, but to finish it, to return to me, to come into the merging of this love, to release your resistance to life, to become penetrated by the divine in the true lovemaking that is the relationship of your hearts to me. All the longing that you have felt in the world for whatever symbol draws you, it is absolutely the longing for the resolution of this quest and your return home to me. When you understand that the world is simply images broadcast from the creative power of hearts and consciousness, not only can you honor the awakening of everyone, you can put your whole self in the service to life, that you might bring this awareness to humanity, and assist in releasing the old images of separation from the truth of your being, that you and I are not only one, but we are engaged in the making of love that is the expression of my deepest heart in every nuance of love, every part of the whole of creation. So you are powerful not only here on earth, but you are the power and force of life everywhere. The fact that your consciousness has turned to the world is simply and profoundly a blessing, for it means that you have decided to bring forth all obstacles to look at yourself and to find your ability to let go of all old images of separation from me and make the turn, come home. There is no way I can tell you in words what you shall experience when we are joined and you are given wholly to this devotion, this acceptance, this experience of breathing love directly into being, through your heart in all its joyous aspects. But beloved ones, you already know how it feels, what it is. It is what is calling you forth so profoundly, bringing you here to contemplate the images before the images of freedom and love. You would not be here celebrating this time, filled with this awareness of profound change, if you had any real barriers to love, to me, to all the glory that lives within you. So you are the expression not only of this change, but of the whole reason for it, the awakening of the conscious of love into remembrance of its union with me, and thus the end of the journey and the beginning of wholeness. When you have allowed this merging and released the barriers of the ego, then what shall appear before you as your world shall be beauty and joy unceasing, the expression of the world of love. We have spoken often of creating this world of love. Well, beloved ones, it is the experience of your heart and your consciousness freed from all beliefs and separation from God, and ready to live in this communion, surrendered into the mystery of the merging of love and the thrust to express it and to create more expressions of the heart of God, more avenues of creativity of the heart, which is what you are to me. Therefore, let this time be the dissolving within you of old images of a life separate from God. Let me come sweeping into every aspect of your life and live every breath in communion with me. Be free from the construct of the mind, from the debate of the little mind, the ego over what is God and what is love. Beloved ones, you already know the answer, and you are far greater than a mind can comprehend. Come into this sacred chamber of your heart and let go of anything that keeps you from immersion in this joyous surrender and creation of new life that is happening continually between us and between the aspects of yourself. As you open into the mystery of love and say yes to this continual communion, you will comprehend completely the workings of the universe, the power and limitless nature of love. And you will marvel at the images before you of a world of unity, beauty, and joy that are expressions of your heart fulfilled. Everything that the ego has reached for has been a substitute for the longing of your heart, which is ever to find this sacred union within. Right now, you have every assistance for making this the reality of your life, and thus becoming the vehicle for the bridge through the images of life in the world of union with the whole of God, I am. Let this be the shedding of old perception of fear of all things that have kept you away from me, from the awakening of your remembrance of the unity of love and the pure and fiery presence of creation itself that pulses through your heart and being. While the coming of love in the world is done, there will be a time of shedding old images, a time for the transformation of old heart's belief that have manifested as images of separation. You who understand are meant to show the way, to assist in the awakening to life and to the transformation of all resistance to our communion. Beloved ones, you are meant to be in constant communion with me, the creative force from which you spring fully formed, that we might be an expansion together of the heart of God, the expansion of the beauty of love brought forth in every dimension. The creativity from which you are birthed continually can be fully and joyously expressed here and now. There is so much for you to take in directly, so much of the working of it all. To do so requires surrender to the fullness of your heart, for I am the fulfillment of its longing. When this becomes your inner reality, this union with me and life eternal, then what you see and experience in and as the world will be the affirmation of your choice for love, and believe me, it is contagious. So let this be a time when you say yes to the power of grace that love might penetrate your being and transform your resistance to me. That this may be the instant of your turning and the celebration of being home. It is not that you have ever really left. You were simply turned away and pretending that the longing that you felt was for something else, that you could somehow be separate from the whole, that you could go your way, create your own energy, take control, and be an individual. But, beloved ones, when you turn back and come home, every longing, every wish is fulfilled, and you remember what it means to be the heart of God, fully loved and creative and expansive. The surrender of the ego mind may seem hard, but I promise you that you will recognize its love. You will remember it is the truth of your being, and you will live in pure joy, true ecstasy as being home in me. So, dearest ones, say yes, and let the image of the old world fall, that you might be fresh and new in your consciousness, and allow your heart to feel this joy, to be fulfilled in our communion. You will live fully aware of my presence within and fully part of the creative whole of love. Move beyond the need to intellectually understand. Drop all the pros and cons and let your heart decide where it belongs. For, beloved ones, it knows its home. Amen.